I forgot something, guys. Forgot a bowl. Hi guys, my name is Victor Muñoz and we're here at Otto. We're gonna cook our most popular dish. Come with me. The entrecôte represents Otto in a perfect way. It's a synergy and a symbiotic experience because we have all the kitchen waste, arugula and ginger, relishes that we're burning, that we're utilizing all the ends. We ferment it to add this sweet umami balance to flavors that are gonna last longer, that you can't fake, that we turn into sauces. So it really incorporates the identity of Otto in a sense that we're using everything that we're trying to reduce in a different way. As a high volume restaurant, you also want to make sure that you reduce your carbon footprint, taking care of the community, you're taking care of only working with local farmers, gatherers, foragers, fishermen, etc. All right, so today we're gonna make our entrecôte. We're gonna season it with a little bit of black pepper so it gets a nice caramelization. We also, we love black pepper. Why shouldn't we have a little bit of black pepper and everything? We're gonna give it a little bit of love with some salt. Never rush something that's super simple. Let your protein rest, season it, make sure your oil is hot, make sure your maiden pan is hot, and you're good to go. Blue steel, perfect. Just gonna hit it with a little bit of oil. We're gonna coat it, make sure it's nice. Looking for a nice heat, even distribution on the heat. Ooh, that sizzle, that's what we like. We like that sizzle, right? If you don't hear your sizzle, did you even cook steak? What I like to do, I don't like to move the steak at all. I like to let it cook, I like to let it be. We're not touching it, we're not even looking at this, okay? So just go do something else. You have that Maillard reaction that gives the steak a beautiful sear on the outside. Once you sear all the sides, you wanna make sure that you baste it with a little bit of butter, some alliums. We're gonna bring our blue carbon steel pan over here. And you see how you have this beautiful color on the steak. You have this amazing caramelization. That's exactly what you want. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to do nothing crazy to it. You got to make sure that you bathe it in a little bit of that love that we put in. We're gonna grab all the burnt ends, scraps that traditionally you would get rid of. We're gonna ferment them to make it into a sauce. We make this puree that I think it's out of this world, and that's one of those things I think perfectly with the entrecôte, and it goes well with what Otto is. Working, using great ingredients, keeping it authentic, keeping the integrity of ingredients and not adding too many things. I think that cookware is the most important thing in a professional kitchen because you need something that's gonna be durable, that's gonna be reliable, that's gonna have even heat distribution, because everything can go wrong in your kitchen. But as long as your cookware is intact and it's reliable, that's what's gonna set you apart. That's what's gonna make the difference. Mating has done a great job at really taking a look at every detail when making pans. So as we're cutting what we're looking for, this is one of those dishes. You wanna make sure that this has a beautiful temperature, in the inside. It's gonna be warm, it's still medium rare. You want a beautiful, nice coating on the outside so it's nice and crunchy. Right before we plate, we always put it in a sizzle tray with some towels underneath just to grab that added moisture. We're gonna sauce it, if we're gonna add any extra accoutrement, salt, season, etc. You always do it on a towel, that way when it goes into your plate or goes into your dish, it's always clean, it's always perfect, because every single detail counts. This is what we call flavor of love, okay? We have avocados, we have ginger, we have alliums, we have a little bit of everything. We're gonna just grab our spoon. So we're just gonna add some of this sauce and oil into it just to give it a little bit of love. It's gonna add those nice hints of smoky, umami, salty, aeration of a nampla with a chimichurri, just a little bit of love and flavor. The first thing that I want people to experience when they're taking a bite of the entrecôte is that rich acidity, the fattiness of the steak, the umami flavors of the fermented aspects of the sauces, and I think it just cuts well with the richness and the fattiness of the steak. I think it's a perfect bite that just gives you that nostalgia of eating at a steakhouse, of eating at a carne asada or a barbecue, And this is how we serve our entrecôte here at Otto, here in Miami Beach, South Beach. My name is Chef Victor Muñoz, and I use made in cookware at Otto, and also at home.